Disarming the race between add-ons and boss mechanics. While the goal is to reduce add-on capability, adding more baseline functionality is necessary to keep players from turning to ever more circuitous solutions. Circuitous. God damn, Ian. All right. Just like using macros to circumvent private auras, if boss warnings and ability timelines aren't available in-game, players might turn to outside resources like YouTube videos or pre-recorded sound files to providing audio countdowns timed at the start of a heavily scripted encounter. Oh, yeah, you could do that, huh? You can have an add-on like the timer add-on right now, the timeline add-on, and all it does is generate an unlisted YouTube video for you, and you're supposed to click it at 10 seconds on the countdown, and then it just does the voice-to-speech or text-to-speech like call-outs for you when you want them. Bro, that's the kind of cringe-ass shit. That sounds so fucking annoying, but, like, I don't know if you guys have used like the timeline add-on where you can like add little voice reminders for you mid-fight on like when to use your like raid defensive cooldowns or like when. Bro, that shit is insane. It makes you play better 100p, right? To where like that just being gone, like people are going to want to keep it. People will do some shit like that. That actually but it sounds so annoying. It's not more cringe than pressing a macro because I got a shitty but well, we're not having a cringe competition. Like obviously that shit sucks too. I'm just saying that sounds annoying. Man, if I will say though, if they do all this and it just ends up being like who can do the craziest fucking workaround, private aura style, that will make what I am doing like way less fun. The idea is that this will force developers to get better about making mechanics visible and readable. Lethal cast should be better telegraphed and result in less kicks. At the end of the day, the game should be just as easy or difficult as it is right now, with the goal of keeping a similar number of lives and success rates across each difficulty, but putting problems and their solutions into players' hands rather than weak auras. Like I said, this is the goal. Like if they can do this, massive W for the game. I think it's going to be incredibly challenging, and I'm glad that they understand that it is going to take actually years to even potentially do something like this. But I also think they should change their scope a little bit. It's going back to this quote. We know we're not going to be able to replace a fully in-depth customizable add-on that you've been using for years and tailored to your personal gameplay with something that we have as an initial fixed offering. Okay, but I honestly think no matter how long it takes, you should get as close as you can possibly fucking get to this customizable add-on, which I know is hard. It's not easy. Like, people saying like Blizzard can just like fucking rip this shit that these really smart fucking people have been making these add-ons as the only thing they've done for like 10 to 15 years in some cases and just like rip it into the game. Like, it would be straight up like insulting to assume that they could do that straight up. But goddamn, you've got to get as close as possible. Like, I hope they learned from the cooldown manager that like the cooldown manager actually looked really cool, and I bet it will be good. But its form and its release and how it is currently is actually, it's like unusably bad. These other things that you're implementing cannot be that bad. They have to be better. I think you should increase your quality expectation of initial release significantly if you don't want players to immediately not trust any of this. Bro, isn't it like cheaper? Okay, again, this is a I definitely don't know how this works moment. So like if you work in game design and you and you're listening to this and this makes you want to pull your hair out, I'm just in advance. I'm so sorry. Like, it is my fault. I probably am stupid. But like, is it not a faster and easier and probably cheaper solution to just straight up fucking buy this shit? Just like what you were trying to do Hakili recently. Just fucking hire that guy. He's been doing this shit his whole life. That has to be better than trying to do it natty. Or like at least license them as a consultant or basically pay them for the add-on they've made and then build it into the game. Again, apologies in advance. Well, now not in advance. Like if you hear that and you're like, God, you're so fucking stupid. Here's why you're wrong. I'm probably wrong, man. But it just sounds like the easiest and quickest, cheapest, and easiest solution to do all of this is to take the things that I know these people are very fucking smart that have done this already. Just fucking make them make it for WoW. Just put it in the game, man. Maybe they did, and maybe the add-on people said no. Okay, so I don't know if that's true or not. I think they did not ask them. Because like the Hakili guy's announcement when he was like, my shackles have been freed or whatever, like he definitely did not know of this shit until it was getting announced. And like the reality is Blizzard's going to make these guys lose their jobs anyway. Like if they're going to build DBM into the game like they said they're going to do, they're going to make DBM not work. And that add-on and any kind of support they get for that add-on is gone. So like they're basically forced to take any deal Blizzard would give them, right? I have a very strong stance that if they want to do this at all, they need to buy these people or they need to buy their time. But at least if they bought their time and hired them as a consultant, they will at least save a bunch of time. Max, you are correct. My initial guess as a project manager is perhaps some existing employees feel outsourcing this project to the add-on developers would threaten their current role and rally against it. Maybe I could see that. I could also see like someone who's tasked with making one of these things or a group of people making one of these things, them having consulting once a week for a couple months with people who've done this before might make their jobs a lot easier and they still don't lose their job because they still have to make it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm just saying shit at the moment. I'm good at that. I'm just fucking saying stuff right now, but let's see what they said here. Our goal is to deliver a baseline, consistent level of difficulty that meets players' expectations, of course. I've seen discussion of whether WoW is harder than it used to be. If you measure that by player success rates, then the answer to that is no. I mean, obviously, it's relatively gotten harder over time because players have gotten better. He is right about the success rate thing. We might tune a heroic end boss for ahead of the curve to be something that's going to take a couple dozen attempts for a guild that's in the core audience. What it takes to hit that mark has continually increased in terms of complexity because our players have gotten more sophisticated. Yep, happens in every game. Very true. With this move, Blizzard hopes to dismantle the arms race between add-on developers and boss mechanics. A fight like Blood Queen, Lanathel, and Icecrown Citadel had one simple mechanic. Who to bite when you had a vampiric lust and were about to be mind controlled. That ramped in difficulty over the course of the fight, and it would have been trivialized by a combat weak aura. Yeah, but like, okay, that's a weird... They should have used a more recent example because also like Blood Queen Lanathel is like a dog shit fucking easy boss now because it's just not 15 years ago. You know, like if you didn't have a weak aura and you ever wiped to just not biting the person you're supposed to bite, you would just be killed in combat. You know what I mean? Like you would be yelled at by everyone. It's just too fucking easy. I'm even old. Like, I'm old as fuck, right? But, like, that example misses me. You know what I'm saying? No stress, no confusion, no need for communication, no need for backups. A fight that had exciting, frantic moments in 2009, 2010 has transformed into something pretty ho-hum. Yeah. Okay. Weak auras make fights easier, yeah. The idea that this will force developers into making better and more mechanics visible and reasonable. Lethal cast should be better telegraphed, and it may result in less kicks required a given pack or a reduction in the number of bosses that place random damage rolls on the ground. A mechanic that a team has come to lean on because add-ons can't predict. At the end of the day, the game should be just as easy as difficult. Yeah. Okay. I think, frankly, this will stop letting us off the hook when we fail to do so. Yes. There's definitely no fallback. Now, if you're riding a Katamari ball on sticks, what is that? Is that what it's called when you're a trash ball? Bro, he had to rip the, like, full government name of the ball. That's crazy. On sticks, and if you run into one of these 3 nameplates, you wipe the raid, but there are 90 things on screen. Good luck visually parsing that. Wait, you've never played Katamari Damacy? Yeah, I mean, obviously not, bro. I was probably hanging out with girls back then. No, it's probably a great game. There are nameplate attachments and things to the community that have come with help to solve that problem. We should have solved that problem. You fucking nerd. Our classes weren't designed under the assumption that you're going to have unpredictable movements every few seconds, making those encounters less fun for caster characters. We just want more variety. And wait, our classes weren't designed under the assumption that you're going to have unpredictable movements every few seconds, making those encounters less fun for caster characters. We just want more variety. What does this mean? I mean, you kind of do. Like, isn't procs that you can cast while moving like clearly designed from casters to make this easier? Or does he mean initially? Or is he saying we should just give casters more instant cast spells? Give warlocks KJ's cunning back? I mean, high key, you should do that because mages exist. High key. I don't know if everything needs to be like BM Hunter permanent movement, but like the fact that BM Hunter does exist and Mage does exist, you could do. I don't know what that has to do with any of the rest of this shit though. The toughest modern bosses with mechanics that require players to clump up or head to specific spots might give a few more seconds to respond, or have fewer spots to go in a world without cabinet. Yeah. Okay. It's if we know it's being solved for you and you're just being told to run to diamond, how is that challenging? Facts. How do we make it challenging? The only way is to give you 2.5 seconds so that you need some movement boost. You're taking a warlock 8 from point A to point B because otherwise anyone could do this. Yeah, okay, cool. I think we give a major takeaway from this, because even though I had this conversation with him and I literally suggested this to his face already, my biggest takeaway is if you want any chance of doing this without everyone in the community thinking that it's not good enough, you just have to hire these people. There's probably some other shit that makes it harder to do. I don't really know how that works, but it would, if it's possible to do, it would certainly be the fastest, the highest quality, and most successful way to implement this is to just fucking hire these people. What if these guys can't work in the US? That turns into a big issue. True. A lot of these add-on developers do not live in the US. I don't know about how working in the US works, but I'm assuming, especially recently, not easy. Okay, the Healy dev in a Reddit thread said, Healy dev here, just waiting for any communication from Blizzard outside of these vague interviews. Yeah, like, okay, I know this is going to only farm trues and bastes and things from Twitch chat, but for people that actually work in this industry, I'm putting myself out here. I know that you're going to think I'm an idiot for suggesting this because for some reason this just could never work and I'm an idiot for even suggesting it. But at the bare minimum, communicating with these people is going to save you so much fucking time. And knowing them, I just know they're going to be willing to do this. Like the reason they made these add-ons is because they wanted something in a game that they love and they wanted to make it better for them. That is why they made these add-ons, all of them. So they want WoW to succeed. So they're likely to want to help you. I don't know. Just seems like a no-brainer. True and based.